What a wild night in the NBA. A mini sweep for us, 9-3 run. Let's talk some basketball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I'm your host, Steven, and we're here to talk about a crazy night in the NBA. My goodness, I hope you're able to watch some games. John Morant with a game winner and his first game back. Steph Curry goes crazy at the end of the game. Warriors Celtics overtime. It was wild. And most importantly, we had a 2-0 mini sweep. We are now on a 9-3 run, like I mentioned. If we go 21-1 in the next 22, we will have tied the 30-4 run from earlier this year. I don't think that's happening. Well, I'm pretty sure it's not happening. But either way, fun to think about. So it's the middle of the week. I know you guys are all on the grind of life and work and just everything that life brings. And we need to bring some laughter to it. So here we go. I got some brain twisters slash dad jokes, we'll call them. Some of these are stupid too. They really are. But that's what makes them a dad joke. So here we go. Let's start it out. If you stab a cereal box, does that make you a serial killer? Yep. Don't stab a cereal box now. Now, this is a good one. I like this. There's a Roman emperor who never aged past 19 years old. His name was Constantine. Think about that. That was a good one. Okay, here we go. I went in for my prostate exam. I got a thumbs up. That's classic. All right, the last one. Which rock group has four men who don't sing? Think about it. Mount Rushmore. Classic. That's a classic. All right, those are the dad jokes now. That's going to start the video. Hopefully, that brought some laughter to your life. But Jabbo MVPs, we got one more. Let's bring it up. All right, there it is. We got one more. He gets the page all to himself. He or she, I'm not sure. Here we go. It's at jmarconi19. Thank you so much for signing up to be a Jabbo MVP. We really appreciate the support. If you guys want to become a Jabbo MVP, it's only $2.99 a month. If you like our videos, they give you value, they give you entertainment, and you want to just help support us as we grow this channel, we appreciate it. We got a badge, some emojis, prioritize replies. You guys know the drill. But thank you guys very much. Appreciate everyone who has done that in the last couple weeks. So in this video now, let's talk some basketball. We recap yesterday, which was awesome. And then it's small forward day because it is Wednesday. So we're going to talk defenses that give up the most points, the most rebounds, and the most assists to the small forward position. And then it's Wednesday, which means the G's of threes are back, baby. We talk hot 3-point shooters in the last 8 games. And then we give you our best bets and wrap it all up with the bets recap. So leave a like or leave a comment, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel. We are trying to reach our first 20,000 subscribers by the end of this year. That would be absolutely incredible. So thank you guys for all the support. Let's get into it. And it starts with the recap. There it is. 2 more beautiful green check marks. Steph Curry, 25 plus points. Brooke Lopez, 2 plus blocks. Start the night. Lopez, he got a second one in the third quarter. He ended with, I think, 4, maybe 5. I don't know. Maybe I missed some more at the end and it was 6. But either way, he went over his original line of 2.5. If you did just take that. Steph Curry, 25 plus points. It was ugly for a while, but then he became Steph Curry that we all love. And he had quite a few at the end of the game. He ended up with 33 points in that game, and he hit some shots that were just typical Steph Curry. That last one was the dagger. Did the old put the team to sleep kind of thing. It was awesome to watch. But he went over his prop if you just took his original points line also. The second one, Durant, 25 plus points, Nurkic, 10 plus rebounds. I said a pivot for this one for me would be Nurkic over 11.5. He ended up with 13, so you got that winner. And Durant decided to go off and score 40, but they lost to the Blazers. The Suns are a joke right now. I'm going to be really honest with you guys. I don't like how they play offense. It's stagnant. I just don't like much about them. They got blitzed in the third quarter, outscored by like 18 points to the Blazers. Just another terrible loss. But either way, all 4 of these players went over their original line. We didn't even need these alt lines, but we'll take it. Still 2-0 day, 9-3 run. We are now 51-34, up 16.57 units on those player props. Overall record 67-51, up 15.06. So let's keep climbing. Let's get to 20 and go from there. So that's the bets recap. Now let's talk small forwards. All right, those are the 10 defenses giving up the most points to the small forward position. Of course, it's the Wizards. It's always the Wizards. Surprisingly, the Magic also giving up a lot of points to the small forward position. Again, this is in the last 15 days. Then Raptors, Pacers, who give up points to absolutely everybody. so on and so on. And then on the right side, it was a little tricky, obviously, trying to find who exactly plays small forward. Like I mentioned, shooting guard, small forward can be interchangeable, and sometimes power forward with it too. But DeMar DeRozan averaging 24.1 points per game, a guy that no one really loves to trust, to be honest with you. And then Jalen Brown, 22.6, Scotty Barnes, Paul George. Nothing really surprising here. Jimmy Butler down there. We will talk about that game later, but he is hurt and out for this game today. So other than that, yeah, Austin Reeves down there for the Lakers now averaging 19.3 points per game last 15 days. Let's move over to the rebounds and look who's up at the top. The Pacers and the Wizards. What a shocker. Giving up over 8.5 rebounds per game to the small forward position. And then over there on the right, Scotty doesn't know. We haven't bet on him in a while, but Scotty Barnes, 9.7 rebounds per game, just crushing it. And then not Mikal Bridges, Miles Bridges for the Charlotte Hornets, averaging 7.5 rebounds per game in the last 15 days. Caleb Martin for the Heat, Michael Porter, so on and so on. Other than that, Vince Williams Jr., I think his name is Vince. I don't know. Williams Jr. for the Grizzlies, 5.8. Paul George. Yeah, nothing really surprising there. So let's go check out the assists now. And the Wizards, look at that. The Wizards right there, number one, giving up the most assists to the small forward position, along with the Hawks, who are struggling this year, I think. Against the spread, they're really struggling, that's for sure. But Hornets, Spurs, Heat, Jazz, so on and so on. And then over there, Scotty doesn't know is back at the top. 6.8 assists, doing it all this year for the Raptors. Jimmy Butler, Austin Reeves is up there, 6 assists per game, playing well. Other than that, nothing really surprising. Maybe Kyle Anderson for the Minnesota Timberwolves at 4.5. But yeah, that's the assist. Take some screenshots. Again, if you're new to the channel, we do point guards on Monday, shooting guards Tuesday, so on and so on, up to centers on Friday. Just to kind of give you guys maybe a good starting point for your research, because I think that's kind of where it's tricky, especially when you got 10 or 11 games. Like, where do you even start? And hopefully, this kind of helps you, at least for each day of the week, can help you find some player props. So that's what we got for the small forward position. Now it's time, baby. Let's talk the G's of threes. All right, let's talk some hot shooters from downtown. Now, the minimum here is 42 or more three-point attempts. I usually have it at 40, but I had to cut it off at 42. It gave us 3 full pages. It was getting crazy. And you also have to shoot 40% or better. So pretty much a 40-40 rule. Here we go. In order of shots attempted, it's the last 8 games, but some players miss games. So if it's less than 8, I do put a note in there, 7 or 6, just to kind of give you an idea so you know how many shots they're taking per game if you do the math and all that. But the first guy up there, I mean, it's the man, Kobe White, baby. How about 50% from 3-point range? That's like Shaq's free throw percentage from 3-point range. It's absolutely insane. We all know about Kobe White. I may or may not be talking about him today, huh? What a tease that is. Trae Young, Damian Lillard, so on and so on. But really, you look at the percentages. I mean, Kobe White blows it out of the water at 50%. Malik Monk shooting the ball well at 47.5% lately. But that's page one. And let's take a look at page 2 now. Shaden Sharp for the Blazers leads us off there at 42.9%. But how about Keegan Murray? He actually plays power forward for the Kings, but he's shooting the ball well. Second year guy out of Iowa, 27 for 53, shooting 15.9%. And then down there, Derek White, and he just had another good game against the Warriors today. That kid can shoot, that's for sure. 24 for 50, 48%, not too shabby at all. And that third one there is Torian Prince, not Tayshaun Prince, for you guys that know 90s Pistons basketball. But anyways, that's what we got. Let's check out page 3 now. There he is on the bottom, Kawhi Leonard in green, which means he has the highest three-point percentage in the league the last 8 games for anybody who shot 42 or more threes at 54.8%, 23 for 52. That is very impressive. Him and James Harden are playing well. Clippers are really starting to gel, and you've seen it lately, but Harden shooting 48.9% from three-point range. CJ McCollum playing well. And Mikal Bridges shooting 48.9% as well. And then you got Mike Conley, the veteran, shooting well, as well as DiVincenzo, the Villanova star, shooting 53.5%. So those are the 3 pages. Take some screenshots. Maybe go get some winners with some 3-point shots. But it's time. Let's talk some best bets. All right, game number 1 takes us out to Indiana. We got the Pacers hosting the Hornets. What a barn burner this one is. Pacers minus 10, over under 249. Against the spread, Hornets 10 and 15 ATS, 4 and 7 ATS on the road. Pacers 13 and 13 against the spread, 7 and 6 at home. Over under, Hornets 14 and 11 to the over, and the Pacers, as we all know, 19 6 and 1 to the over. The number 1 over team in the NBA still. Quick note before I get to the best bet: Miles Turner is questionable, the center for the Pacers, with a hamstring injury. Now, best bet in this game, we're going to be betting a player prop. It's a guy that we've bet before, and he cashed for us. So here we go. It's Mr. Gordon Hayward of the Charlotte Hornets, over 16.5 points at -125 on DraftKings. He's coming off a stomach virus. I'm just going to point that out because I'm not here to only tell you why I like a bet. I want to tell you everything. If that worries you and you don't want to bet it, I completely get it. But he's missed a couple games because of it. All reports say he is ready to roll. He's good to go. So I just love this matchup, guys. We all know it. He's playing the Pacers. We just saw it earlier. They gave up the fourth most points to the small forward position in the last 15 days. Hayward faced them earlier this year and he scored 23 points. Again, I only need 17. He's gone over this 16 and a half total in 6 of the last 7 games now. A big part of that is because LaMelo Ball is out, and he still is out. We all know what the Pacers do. They play really fast basketball, and they play little to zero defense. So it's a good matchup for anybody that plays them, to be honest with you. And they also just give up a lot of points to forwards in general. Sometimes it doesn't really matter with small forward, power forward, all that wing type players. Giannis 64, Paul George 27, Cat had 40, Asar Thompson had 20 versus them, and he only scores 10 a game. We talked about that in a previous video. This team just doesn't play defense really at all. So, and the Hornets very thin right now. They got a lot of injuries. I think they had a 10-man rotation last game, and so he's going to get big minutes as long as he's healthy and playing, and it's not too bad of a blowout. Even if it is, he might get minutes because they don't have many guys. So, a lot of opportunities here in this game to score 17 or more points for the 7th time in 8 games. Gimme Gordon Hayward as bet number 1. Game number 2 takes us out to Chicago. We got the Bulls hosting the Los Angeles Lakers. Lakers -4.5 in this game, over under 224.5. Against the spread, Lakers are 12-16 this year, 5-9 ATS on the road. Bulls 13-4-1 ATS, 6-7-1 ATS at home. Over under, Lakers 16-12 to the under, Bulls 17-11 to the over. Quick note: AD and LeBron are questionable for this game and for every future game. Let's just save some time here because it's just absolutely ridiculous. But I will say, just sidewise in this, I've been telling you the Bulls have been playing really well. These numbers I just gave you are not the Bulls of now. I liked them plus 10.5 in the against the Sixers last game, and they won outright in Philadelphia. This team is competing. So I lean Bulls plus 4.5. And you think you know where I'm going to go with this bet? For you guys that have been following me, you guys have an idea, but you have no idea where I'm going. All right, I'm just joking. It's the man. It's the myth. It's the legend. Give me Kobe White over 26.5 points plus rebounds, -130 on DraftKings. Duh. Of course we're going to go Kobe White. For those that are new to the channel, he is a Jabbo Hall of Famer. He is 6-0 in our bets. We're going to try to make it 7-0. I liked all of his bets. The hardest part of tonight researching was probably picking which Kobe White bet I wanted. It was that good. But his numbers are going up a little bit, so I just wanted to warn you on that. I like his PRAs, but I do think his points plus rebounds have the best value. Now, in the 9 games without Levine, he's gone over this points and rebounds total in all 9 games. I mean, we got some value here. I think it's going to go up to 27.5 probably pretty soon. At that point, probably not a ton of difference between that and just the PRAs overall. But if you look at the PRAs line right now, I saw it at 33.5. That means he would need to get 7 assists to make it even with what I have. He's only had 7 plus assists in 4 of his last 9 games. So I think the value lies in the points and rebounds just by a little bit. He's very capable of dropping 8 to 10 dimes, though, guys. I mean, this guy can do it all. He's facing the Lakers, who give up the 5th most rebounds to the point guard position in the last 15 days. And they're a little above average for points versus the point guard, but it doesn't really matter. Kobe White is just lighting everybody up. Also, if you do like PRAs, they've given up the 7th most assists to point guards in the last 15 days, just to kind of give you guys all the info. And knowing Kobe as well as I know him, he's probably going to crush every single line, and it won't matter if you go PRs, points, PRAs. It just doesn't matter. So I know him. We've talked. We've texted. We have a good connection. He gets it. He respects our money. So give me Kobe. That's right, baby, to win a ridiculous 7th straight time. All right, this is going to be our 3rd and final bet for the video. I will more than likely have a 4th bet tomorrow morning, and it will be in the pinned comments on Discord and on X, so stay tuned for that. But this game takes us out to Orlando, Florida. We got the Magic hosting the Miami Heat. Magic -5, over under 219. Against the spread, Heat 11-16, 8-6 ATS on the road. Magic 7-18 ATS. And 10-2 against the spread at home. The number 2 best home team against the spread this year. Over under, Heat 14 and 13 to the over, Magic 12, 12 and 1, so nothing big there. But we haven't done it in a while, guys, but we're going game bet. No player prop in this one. Give me the Magic -5 at -115 or -110. I mean, call me a sucker. I don't. This line literally makes zero sense to me. I don't understand why the Magic are only 5-point favorites. The Magic are the second best team in the league against the spread at home. I don't know if we just got that from what I just said, but they are now playing a Miami Heat team who, in my opinion, is average to below average. That will be without Jimmy Butler. I repeat, they will be without Jimmy Butler, and the Magic, one of the better teams in the NBA this season, not the Magic of old, are only favored by 5 points. The Heat have played 4 games without Jimmy Butler this year. They are 1-3. Also, Kevin Love is questionable with an illness. That does matter. He's playing well. You saw him on the G's of threes. He's actually playing pretty decent. But either way, without Jimmy Butler, guys, that's just this line should be higher. I don't know why it's not 7 or 8, to be honest with you. But if you get a few points for home court advantage, this spread is almost saying these teams are even. The Miami Heat team with Jimmy Butler is almost even with the Magic team. It doesn't make any sense at all. The Heat are going to have to rely on Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero to put up a ton of points. I mean, they really are. They can. Doesn't mean they're actually going to cover if they do. But if Tyler Hero has a bad shooting night or anything, I think they have a chance to get blown out, to be honest with you. So, Magic are coming off 2 losses on the road to the Celtics. It's the Celtics, guys. That's different than going home and playing a Butler-less Heat. Butler-less. Yeah, that's what I'm going to call it. I think they're ready to bounce back in this one. Low over-under. Going to be probably a lower scoring game. I kind of lean Heat team total under as well in this one. But give me the Magic to win pretty comfortably and cover the 5-point spread as my third and final bet. Now, let's check out the bets recap. There it is. We start out with Gordon Hayward of the Hornets over 16.5 points at -125 on DraftKings. I honestly think Hayward can score 20 plus in this matchup, just so you guys know. In case he does move up to 17, I still do like it. And then it's the man. He needs no more introduction, but it's Mr. White for the Bulls over 26.5 points plus rebounds, -130 on DK. I don't blame you if you just bet points. I don't blame you if you bet the PRAs. I just leaned the points plus rebounds a little bit more. And the final one, Magic -5 at home against the Heat at -110 on DraftKings. Again, I will more than likely have a fourth added bet in the pinned comments below. So come back, check that out, see what it is. Let's get 4 winners, or 3 winners if that's what it ends up being. But let's stay hot. Let's continue this 9-3 run. I appreciate everyone for all the support every day, all the comments every single day. You guys don't even have to do that, but you take time out of your day to do it, and I really appreciate it. So you guys are a big part of why this channel is growing. So anyways, hope everyone has a great hump day, and we'll talk to you soon.